Stolen Heaven, Secret Hell, Episode 10, He Stayed for the Fight Too. I count my breaths, repeat your name. You're here with me, you know my shame. There are moments in the fight against addiction and habitual sin that nobody prepares you for. Not the dramatic moments, not the rock bottom moments, not the moments of decision or the moments of breakthrough. I mean the quiet, white-knuckle, second-by-second moments where the craving is at its absolute peak and the only thing between you and giving in is the next breath. You know these moments if you have been here. The way the pull becomes almost physical, a pressure in the chest, a tightening in the hands, a noise in the mind that crowds out everything else. The way time seems to slow down and stretch out, and every second feels like something that has to be individually survived rather than simply lived through. The way your whole world narrows to a single point, the thing you are trying not to do, and the desperate need to not do it, and the terrifying uncertainty about whether you are going to make it through the next 60 seconds. And in those moments, people who are fighting develop rituals, not the polished kind, not the kind you would describe in a testimony or write about in a devotional. The raw survival kind, counting breaths. 1, 2, 3. Clenching fists until the knuckles whiten, pressing feet into the floor to feel something solid beneath you. And underneath all of it, sometimes whispered, sometimes screamed internally, sometimes just a name repeated over and over, like the only anchor in a current that is trying to take you. His name, Jesus. 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 Not a prayer with words and structure, not a theological statement, just a name, the only name that matters in that moment, the name that is above every name, as Paul writes in Philippians 2:9. And in those moments you understand that in a way no sermon could teach you, because when the craving is at its worst and you have nothing left and the only thing you can do is repeat a name, you discover whether that name actually holds weight. And it does. Not because the craving disappears, not because the moment becomes easy, but because the name connects you to a presence that is stronger than the pull. And that presence is enough to get you through the next breath, and the next, and the next. This is what the first line of these two verses is capturing. I count my breaths, repeat your name. This is not poetry. This is survival. This is what faith looks like when it has been stripped of everything decorative and reduced to its absolute essential. A name, a breath, a moment, and the desperate hope that it is enough. And then the second line arrives and it does something profound. You're here with me. Not, you were here when I was doing better. Not, you will be here when I get through this. You are here with me, present tense, active tense, right now, in this moment. In the middle of the white-knuckle survival, in the middle of the counting and the clenching and the repeating, right here in the worst of it. This is not a triumphant declaration. It is a desperate recognition. It is someone in the middle of the hardest moment they have faced today, looking up from their counting and their name repeating and realizing, He is here. He did not leave when the craving came. He did not step back to watch from a safer distance. He stayed. He is in this with me. That knowledge changes something fundamental about the fight. Not because it removes the difficulty. The craving is still real. The pull is still real. The next 60 seconds still have to be survived, one breath at a time. But you are not surviving them alone. And that is not a small thing. That is the difference between drowning and barely keeping your head above water. Both are hard. Only one is survivable. He stayed for the fight too, not just for the sin, not just for the failure, for the fight. For the moments between the failures when you are counting your breaths and repeating His name and trying with everything you have not to give in. He is there for those moments too. He sees the fight. He honors the fight. His presence in the fight is not contingent on the outcome of the fight. And then, the final line of this section. 3 words that carry more weight than they appear to. you know my shame. Not, you have forgotten my shame. Not, you have removed my shame yet. You know it. I want to sit with that for a moment because I think we rush past it too quickly. There is a specific kind of comfort in being known, fully, completely, without anything hidden, and not abandoned because of what was seen. Most of us spend enormous energy managing what people know about us. We curate, we edit, we show the version of ourselves that is most likely to be accepted, and we hide the version that we are afraid would end the relationship if it were fully seen. God does not give us the option of curation. He already knows. He has always known. The shame you carry, the specific weight of the specific things you have done, and the specific person those things have made you feel like, He knows all of it. He was there. He saw it. And He is still here. That is an invitation and a wound at the same time. It is an invitation because it means there is nothing left to manage, nothing to hide, no performance to maintain. He already knows the shame, and He is still present. You do not have to get the shame under control before you come to Him. You can come with it fully visible, and He will not look away. And it is a wound because being fully known in your worst places hurts, even when the one who knows you is safe, even when the one who knows you loves you anyway. There is something in being seen that costs something. The cry underneath this line, and I have heard it in my own heart, and I suspect you have heard it in yours, is, Lord, you know my shame. It hurts. Please don't go. That cry is not weakness. That cry is one of the most honest prayers a human being can pray. It is the prayer of someone who has stopped pretending, stopped curating, stopped managing the presentation, and is simply standing in the full exposure of being known and asking the only thing that matters in that moment. Please don't go. And the answer that the rest of this song is building toward, the answer that the whole arc of Scripture is building toward, is that He does not go. He has never gone. He will not go. The presence that knows your shame is the same presence that went to the cross for it. He did not come to observe your shame from a distance. He came to bear it. And He is bearing it still, right here in the counting and the breathing and the repeating of His name. Stay, Lord. I know you know. Please stay. He already has. Reflection. For those in the fight, what does it feel like to know that God was present not just for your failures, but for every moment you fought? Does that change anything about how you see the fight? For those beside someone in the fight, how do you honor the fight that nobody sees, the counted breaths and repeated names and white-knuckle moments that happen in private and are never put in a testimony?